Hey guys, welcome back to LOI Fan TV. We're back to review the second round, second leg games. Three games taking place this week. St. Pat's travelled to Qarabag. Sorry, St. Pat's. Shelbourne travelled to
Yeah,
Qarabag. Champions
I
League.
wish
They're
it
not
was
that
St. Pat's.
good. They're not that good yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Rovers are playing host to St. Joseph of Gibraltar, and then St. Pat's travelled to Estonia to play Nomme and Kalju. Yeah, once again, I'm joined by Ross. Ross, how are you?
Not too bad, Luke. Not too bad. Yeah, yeah. Been better, but
Better.
not the worst.
That's it. That's it. You watched the games, did you?
Because obviously it's that stupid o'clock in the morning for me, so I was gonna watch it all back, but I just watched the highlights when I saw the result. But I think the scoreline wasn't a true reflection. I know touching it, but I don't think it didn't seem like a fair reflection on the game. I didn't think, but
Yeah. No, fair. I watched it. I watched the full game, and I was actually sad. I actually wanted to just do well, and
hmm.
then at the end of it, I was pointing to me telly thinking, "They're making a show of us."
It's a Champions of Ireland, though. Like we're in the crack. We're in the right to have a crack in Europe.
That's
So
it.
see what
Leicester,
happens.
as you say, Leicester City job, one and done.
Yeah.
See you later.
And we're building nicely again. A couple of nice signs in the door now. We're building
Yeah.
nicely, and yeah, but for the second half of the season, total church.
Second half of the season, top half charge.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah,
Yeah. So this game, I don't even know how to review it. Like it's just probably as a preview of the first leg, but that's our review of the first leg. But yeah, like they're a very good team. You can
yeah,
just see how sharp they are. Yeah, like obviously that Sean Gannon chance at the start. If that goes in, it's a different game. And then kind
hundred
of
percent.
a 1-0, with that 25-minute period to start the second half, like you kind of need to be scoring to
Yeah.
change the complexion. And then yeah, it's a bit of an experience, I thought, anyways, and it's something you'll only learn from. But yeah.
100%, 100%. I think, and you compare ourselves to even Rovers, for example, like in terms of the European experience we have, we're kind of so new to us, and you need
Mm.
that little bit of know how and how to get through certain moments in games and bits and pieces. And Rovers obviously showing their class. We'll get onto them, but just having that experience is crucial, and building up years and having this kind of stable squad in Europe is so important for our club. So it's something that everyone has to kind of replicate Rovers and doing. So yeah, for Shell, still a lot of players relatively new to Europe. Like obviously had a bit of experience last year, but most of them are still kind of very inexperienced in it. So it's a big learning curve, and plenty more European games to go this year. So I think that we'll learn a lot from that. I don't think, yeah, as I said, I don't think the result was a fair reflection on the performance. I think, yeah, that Gannon goal goes in if you keep it tight and good second half. You just never know. You could even a draw, keep it alive going over there, that kind of way. So it could easily have been a different game. But as we said, yeah, it needed to be like a perfect performance of Shells, and even the goal we coughed up for the third one, Cameron led, which and Lorcan Healy, whatever it was, whoever's fault you want to blame. But you can't get away with that kind of stuff at all at that level. And that's a few times, I love Cameron Edwards, and I've always raved about him, but it's a few times this season that he's had just lapses of concentration and silly errors, and he's been the fault for a few of them. I think he actually was probably at fault and maybe for the other goals on the night as well. So it's a concern for him. He needs to kind of turn it around. But it looks a bit low on confidence, but yeah, you have to be flawless in these big high pressure European games.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like even like if Rovers were in that game at 1-0, you don't necessarily need to go and chase that equaliser. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, you're only one goal behind. You regroup, you go
Yeah,
into the next week. Yeah, it was a bit of inexperience kind of chasing that goal. Like obviously you had to spell on top, but like there's one point like yeah, you have Paddy Barrett on the halfway line and Sean Gannon, like these fellas like they're in their 30s, like like you just almost you
yeah,
just keep your composure there. So look, Joey Brown will learn from it. It's kind of as far as the second leg goes. Like I saw people saying you put out your second team, but I don't
play
really
the
think
kids.
that, I don't agree with that.
No, neither do I.
I think you need to go here, field a relatively strong team and give them exposure in this type of environment, give them exposure to the heat to the opposition because it will stand to you in the next round, which whatever team you get. So yeah, it's just it'd be a tough game the second leg. I'll probably say Qarabag probably take their foot off the pedal a bit, maybe like a 2-1 Qarabag. So I'm gonna go for it, but I think definitely is within Shell's interest to field a strong team.
No, for sure. I think they probably travelled over with a strong squad. I'd be expecting a few changes maybe, but I think they want to be getting that experience. And I think it's kind of like a no pressure nearly with it, but but still good to get the experience in. It's a nightmare of a trip though back here. Like it's so far away for getting back for a game this weekend. It's a nightmare. So that's the only reason you'd be like trying to rotate people or make a few changes here and there and stuff. But yeah, no, I think we should go with a strong squad and yeah, I think 2-1 sounds probably about right. I'll go for us to nick a draw, them to take their foot off the gas a little bit and just us to put up in a spirited performance. Go for a 1-1, but that's being very very optimistic.
You will never pick against Shelbourne. You don't have it in you. You don't have it in you. Away to Qarabag, and you're still
if,
saying,
if, if, if I had it my way, we'd be unbeaten so far this
how
season
do you rate
in
the
all
league
in
will
all
be over?
competitions.
The Champions League will be over as well. It'll all be over.
You're just as bad, sure.
I'm sure my team replicates what I predict. That's the difference. I
Not
suppose.
last season.
Don't mind. That's sort of, Harry. If it wasn't for Harry Wood, you know what I mean. You'd be playing. You'd be losing to St. Joseph's.
So, sure.
Whereas
Beat
we're
them last year comfortably.
comfortably play back. That's a nice little segue. Yeah, we'll go over
It
Shamrock
is,
Rovers.
isn't it? To be fair.
Shamrock Rovers dog walked St. Joseph's 4-0 in Andorra.
Andorra,
Gibraltar,
Jesus.
whatever. Yeah,
It's
whatever.
geography. What else is sorry for geography?
I don't mind that. Don't mind that. I'm just thinking of a group stage.
Spain.
We can't be saying that. We can't be saying that. Oh yeah, say it exactly. So yeah, easy enough 4-0, cruise control. Like
Yeah.
I was actually expecting a tough game because obviously you played in the year before, and got they gave you a good game out there. But then again, like not even being funny, like just the European experience really showed. Yeah, that tie is kind of done. I think I expect a lot of changes for this home leg, especially with the game on Sunday in mine against is Derry. I think we're playing Derry on Sunday. Yeah, we are.
Derry on
Derry
Sunday, yeah.
It's a huge game. We win that, you can nearly put curtains on the title race. Like,
100%.
so yeah, I think that's within our interest. We have a big enough squad to do it. Connor Malley. I don't know if he'll be eligible for this game now, but Connor Malley coming in the door. John McCovern, who seems to be scoring, like he scored against St. Joe, so everything comes on the
Your
pitch.
friend.
He's scoring. And a
Yeah,
friend
he's good. You've had a few friendlies and stuff, haven't you?
yeah, he
He's
scored a
banging them
double
in,
against Glenavon, and he scored again on the weekend against I can't remember the Northern Irish team he played, but yeah, he knows what the net is. So fancy a few changes here. A few of the young lads maybe getting a run out against these, and yeah, I'll probably go like 2-1 Rovers, maybe 2-1. Yeah, I think it'd be a bit of a preseason friendly kind of feel to it.
Yeah, I was thinking that it's not going to. I don't think it'd be. Usually these games, the second leg isn't as kind of clear cut as the first one. It's such a big margin. Both teams are kind of just playing whatever, and Joseph's probably playing for a bit of pride or whatever as well. So yeah, I think Rovers will take the foot off the gas a touch maybe. Yeah, but obviously very comfortable as well, and probably have a lot of possession and stuff like that. And yeah, just very very professional performance out there to kill the tie in the first leg. I think we were both expecting maybe Rovers to win it with a narrow margin, but very very impressive to kind of just completely kill the tie. And I know you're kind of saying about Shells there, not having as clean of a run against St. Joseph's last year, but Bruno Magpies finished below St. Joseph's last year and the year before, and they obviously knocked out Derry last year, which shows you how big of an upset that was and how poor of a result that was, really. Not even to mention Shells. So yeah, it's crazy to put it in perspective in that way, isn't
it? Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, it was shocking. But yeah, no, yeah. So I suppose for this game, what do you think score wise it'll be?
I could actually see. I think Rovers will win it. I'll go 1-0 Rovers. Yeah, just now win. Yeah, bit of a, I just say pre-season feel to it for Rovers, and yeah, there'll be all eyes on Sunday realistically.
Yeah, no, 100%. And so then our final game, Nomme Kalju playing host to St. Pat's out in Estonia, kind of 1-0. A narrow win for St. Pat's in Richmond Park. Kind of the scoreline necessarily doesn't reflect what happened in that game. A very dominant performance by Pats. They probably feel a bit hard done by Tony of 1-0 despite the last minute goal. Yeah, this is probably, as I said, the tightest game. I don't really know what to expect from the second leg. I don't know if conditions or the pitch will play a factor. You just never know. But yeah, what do you think?
It's a very eerily similar vibe to their first round game, where they kind of narrowly won 1-0 in the first leg, but were very dominant at home, then won away. So I do expect them to win again. Obviously, they're a better side, and they're starting to build a little bit of momentum, keeping a couple of clean sheets. Obviously, not in the league really, but in Europe, they're keeping a couple of clean sheets and winning games, and obviously Chris Forrester just showing his class there in the last minute just to composure. Don't know if you saw the goal, but really, really composed. It could have hit it first time into a sea of bodies, but really composed and finished it very well. So having players like that is a big, big difference maker in Europe for these types of tight games and stuff. Yeah, no, I expect Pats to probably to win it. I think it could be a draw maybe. I go 1-1, being a little bit more difficult than the previous round. I think it might just be a tough night, but I think I still fancy them to get through.
Yeah, to be honest, I feel similar. 100%. Just to be different, I'm going to say 2-all. Yeah, Pats should have enough to see these off, but you just never know. But yeah, Pats, like I said, they're in a recent, reasonably good enough run of form. So you'd fancy them to kind of see this through, especially with how dominant they were in the first leg. So despite warm
Yeah,
conditions, yeah, 2-all's my prediction. But yeah, I suppose kind of like looking ahead, like it's kind of exciting time from League One perspective. Like obviously Rovers third round is they got that team from Kosovo. You'd fancy them to get through there. Shells need to win
yeah,
one tie out of the next two rounds to get to qualify. So we could potentially be looking at two teams in the group stage if that fourth round goes reasonably enough for Rovers, which is exciting, isn't it?
100%. We can touch on last week. I think Pats are probably dead and buried with
The shit
Besiktas or
cast, yeah.
Shakhtar Donetsk in the next round. So that's desperate. But I think Shells have a tough one in the Europa League. I think it's either Ludogorets or I think it's a team from Croatia. So I think that's tough as well. So you'd be big underdogs for that. So they're probably more than likely going to end up in a playoff, where you're just hoping for a nice draw for the Conference League, and it's obviously similar for Rovers. You'll be probably seeded going into that as well. So yeah, hopefully two teams getting into the group stage would be fantastic.
Yeah, no, it'd be really good. But yeah, guys, there we have it. There's our second round, second leg. Preview and predictions. Let us know what you think in the comments. What scores you think the games will be, and what you think about going forward next round. How you think the teams will get on? Will there be two teams in the group stage? Let us know. Yeah, and if you're new, give us a like. Let's try to get to 20 likes this video, and please subscribe also if you're a first time watcher. Cheers, Ross.
Thanks, Luke. Take these guys.